we got a little mail call today, so may take a couple minutes to get through this one. It looks like there's a nice pile of junk there on it, piled on the stove. So let's get right to it. All right, guys, here we go with the mail call. So let's see what's going to be first. Here you go. Here we go. Range, how about beating it? This damn cat just came and bumped my thing. He wants me to play with him. Guess what? That's not happening. Anyway, here we go. Here's a set of landing gear for the Mavic Air 2. They look just like those ones that I sent Ron for the Mini. I think they might go on that way. Well, they snap on there. Let's put it that way. Okay, so here they are. We'll have to check into that. But, yeah, I'm sure they snap on there. We'll get them, man. We'll get them. Okay. All right, next up, this thing from Walmart online. It's called the Voyage Aeronautics PA-1003. Now, I swear that really looks like Propel stuff. But maybe they have changed their name to Voyage Aeronautics. Yeah. See, right there's the address and all that. But it looks like a cool little thing, you know, something for indoors. I can fly up at the pool when it's nasty out, because it's getting there. Okay, the nastiness is showing up. There it is right there. I think it looks pretty neat. I don't know if there's a camera on there. Yeah, streaming, so that means there's a crappy camera on it. You know, I think that these were sent by, you know, one of those boats that, I don't know what they call them, where the guy stands there in the back of the boat with a stick and he pushes on, what are they, gondolas or something like that. Okay. I mean, I've waited for these things forever. Here we go, anamorphic lens for the Mavic Air 2, and then one for the Osmo Pocket, which is the one I'm really looking forward to using. Not so much that one, as this one. Because I think this could really help that thing out. Yeah, you have to de-squeeze the video and all that, but, you know, it is what it is. That's how it works. But that really might help this thing. So, I got one of each. And I don't know what they were, like they're like $29 a piece or something like that. Marcus just did a video on it, I believe. Is this Game Boy station? I got this from Banggood. It's just a little Game Boy, you know, NES. Excuse me. An NES little thingamajiggy, you know. Whatever. Not that exciting. Alright, next up is going to be this. I got a set of filters for the Zino 2. Now, my boys, Marcus and Ron, told me these aren't going to help. The Zino just has a crappy camera, and that's all there is to it. You know, it has a lot of lens flare, and I was thinking maybe these would help, but they told me last week on the show I was on with them last week, they told me these aren't going to help any. So they might make the video look nicer, but they're not going to help with the flare, the lens flare. So, oh well, me, since I don't really know a whole lot about that kind of filters, I thought maybe it would do something, but they claim it won't help. As far as that goes, you know, it might help to tone the video down some if I'm in some bright sun situation or something. They just told me to fly the Zino 2 all the time with the sun, not against it. Never fly against the sun. Fly with the sun at my back when I'm flying the Zino. So, good advice from Ron and Marcus there. I saw this thing and I said, okay, I got to get one of these. Okay, so you guys know I'm not a big fan of landing pads. Like, as you you'll never see me with them. I usually use the case of the drone, and or I just hand catch or whatever. I'm just not a big fan of those round those cloth landing pads, and I don't never do any of that precision landing crap because I never hit the return to home. I actually did do it with the Anafi when it was falling into the drink. I hit the return to home, hoping it would do something, but it did nothing, of course. But I think that's the only time I actually ever even hit the return to home. Well, since I never use the return to home, um, and never do that precision landing stuff, I didn't really have a need for them. But there are sometimes you want to have one, but I don't like them round ones with the material. The cloth things. I don't like those because if you set them on grass, the drone sags into the cloth and all that, and I just don't like them. But I found this thing I thought was pretty cool, and I'm going to try this out. I'm going to give this one a shot. This is a foldable board, and you unfold it like that. See? Now I thought that was pretty slick. I think I got this on Amazon. Yeah, so I'm like digging this thing. So, designed by CY Nova. So there it is. You just fold it up like that. Just like that. You can just lay it on there too, actually. Anyway, so I'm going to give that a shot because, I don't like them round ones. So I'll give this one a shot. JJRC Fake. I don't know, it's some little toy quadcopter that looks like a plane but has the four. So I'm thinking it's going to fly kind of like that dude, that was on that hoverboard thing because of the way the design of this is. And if it flies anything like that, this thing will be awesome. I just happened to see that, and that's actually the only reason I got it was because of the way that this was laid out right here. So I knew this would a possibility of this thing flying cool. There it's got the headless mode, speeds and flips and all that stuff. All that good stuff. It was real cheap. Here's the Movo MPTP11. This is a fancy version of that other rotating head that I have. This is a motorized one. This one's pretty beefy and pretty heavy. I'll be doing a review of this one. The other one, I sent that one to Ron. I really wasn't real happy with it. I sent it to him to let him mess around with it, see if he would have any luck with it. But there, this one is. This is a little bit. I mean, this sucker is heavy. Okay. Let me. I'm sure this has a pretty powerful engine in there, motor, engine, whatever. Because this thing weighs a substantial amount. Hold on. 514 grams. So, anyway, it has your duration, start, stop, left, right, and all that other stuff. Then there's your degrees right here. It goes in these little increments, 15, 30, 45, 60, 90, 180, and 360. So, yeah. I think this one is going to do what I want it to do, not like the other one. And then they give you the stuff that goes in there, the USB cord, which everything has. The usual suspects are in there. We'll get to that when we open it up and check it out. Next up, we have a set of Yagis for the Inspire. Are they going to do any good? Who knows? But these are designed for the Inspire and the Phantom 4. So, there you go. Beast mode. I don't know if they're going to work. Who knows? They sure didn't work on my Mavic Air 2. I can tell you that. They would made it worse. A lot worse. Next up here is one of these. I'm not even going to take it out of the box because the box is still taped up. This is, the parabolic deals for the Inspire and the Phantom 4. So this is designed to set on that one. Sunny Life, you've heard of them. They make all kinds of stuff. The next thing in here is a set of the Parabolics with the Yagi. So it's got the dual thing going on now, where you got the Yagis and the Parabolic, and then you put the Yagis on and the Parabolic over top, or the Parabolic on, and then slide the Yagis on there. So now they're selling them both at the same time, so you get a double whammy. I don't know. Is it going to work? Who knows? Now, those ones, I did that video with the Mavic Air, the regular Mavic Air, which I caught all that grief from because I didn't know the difference between the 5 gigahertz ones and the 2.4 gigahertz. You know, I'm kind of stupid when it came to them things because I never bought any of them. So I put them on the Mavic Air, and I flew it out with the Mavic Air, and the Mavic Air was set to 2.4, and the Yagis I were using were the 5 gigahertz version, but they worked. I mean, they helped it a lot. I got 4,000 feet or something with the damn thing. You know, they actually helped a lot, even though they weren't even the right ones. But of course, everybody, hey, you moron, you imbecile, you stupid ass. You know how they do. When you make one little mistake in a YouTube video, boy, believe me, you'll hear all about it for years. All right, then we got this. I don't even know what it is. Vegetable. It's a SH10 of whatever. I don't know. What says Wi-Fi? SHRC hobby. Here, see that? Some little like beetle quadcopter, some little mini thing. I don't know. Wait a minute. Okay, it comes out of there. If it's, you see it in there. Okay, it's good enough. Believe me, it's for winter. It's for getting stuck in the house. I'll be messing with it. Okay, next up is that's in a plain package. This is a retro game console that supposedly has, it's called Crisp Concept 2020, 130,000 games on here. I mean, that's kind of going above and beyond the Call of Duty there. But anyway, here it is. It's a Raspberry Pi 4, I think, in here. There's the setup. It's got mini HDMI out, USB-C. I don't know what that port's for. There's instructions in there, I don't know. There's a fan. There's a SD card in there. Right in there. Pretty nice looking Raspberry Pi in there. The SD card is a 128 gig. I can see that right there. So I'm going to be anxious to get this thing out and fired up. There's some USB ports and stuff. So we'll get an unbox on there, some joysticks, power supplies, all that mumbo jumbo. I was just kind of curious with that thing with all the 130,000 games. Wow. I mean, that's like every game ever made is on there. So that's a lot. The Aberon 3000. It's 3001. Retro game console. Made in China. It actually looks like a Mac Mini. Now, I didn't really tear into this. I just opened up the flap. So I'll show you real quick so you can just get a preview here. I haven't messed with it or I just took out the console part. I just wanted to see what the hardware looked like right there. And then here's the hardware itself. The machine itself is right here. There's a SD card in there. It looks like a 64 to me. Like I said, I haven't even taken it out of the package. But this is one of them game boxes with... Now this is not... Yeah, this is only claiming 3,000 games. I did look at the manual, and of course, there is not one word of English in here. Not one. Okay, it's English free. Okay, so no English for you, little grasshopper. So we're just going to put that back in there. I'll get to this. You know, this is bad weather stuff, so as long as I can still fly, I'm going to be flying. So I do want to take the Bebop 2 up to that spot where the Anafi took a dip. So listen, don't think just because that Anafi fell into the river that I'm not going to fly over water. I'm going to fly over water all the time. I mean, that kind of stuff that happened with the Anafi, that just happens. Okay, that kind of stuff's just going to happen. You fly as much as I do. I mean, look how much I fly these drones over water. I mean, I do it all the time. I do it every week. I'm flying drones over water. Most of my flights now are either up at that lake or up there in Ohio over water. I hardly ever go to that park like I used to. I used to go to that park all the time. I hardly ever fly there anymore. Only when I'm doing one of these little reviews locally, because of course, you know, I don't want to send one of them toys out over the river and it take a dump before I can get the review done. So I'll take it up there after I do the review and make that video, and then I'll take it up there like I did with that Potensic. So yeah, most of the flying that I do now is over water. So I'm not going to stop doing that just because that Anafi took a swim. You know, that's just the breaks. It's just tough crapola. Here's the last. I think this is the last part of it right here. This is another. This is called the MKJ Retro. This is only 801, so they're not making any crazy claims of the amount of software that's involved here. There's 800 crummy games. Okay. There we go. Now that thing actually looks like an Xbox One. Let's get that one out. Yeah. Okay, I can just take this one out of here because it's in this. I can just pop that in there. Okay, there you go. It's just a big hollow. It's a big nothing there. Just a hole. Anyway, there's the back. There's a micro SD card, HDMI, power in, and then the composite out. Let me see this card. Let's see what they got on here. What is it? It's a 32 gig, which is, you know, not that big, but I mean they're only claiming 800 games. Then here you go in the front. There's a power switch on and off right there, and then there's that. Let me see what kind of. I don't want to delve too much into this. Okay, there's some joysticks down there, and then the cable. You know, so just let sleeping dogs lie with that thing. There, of course, I'm not going to be able to get that back in there. As usual, it goes with this stuff. Once you open Pandora's box, it never goes back in. Now, I'm just putting that back in there. And putting that, I'm not even keeping this thing. I'll just toss that out. Now that that's off of there, it can stay off. That way when I do the unboxing and the setup on this, I don't have to deal with that. So, alright guys, there you go. There's the mail call. I'm pretty sure that's it. That's enough to keep me busy for a while, believe me. So that's the stuff you'll be seeing in the future, in the near future. I'm going to start actually doing something with this stuff. So, yeah. All right, guys. There you go. Mail call is over.